In the gathering gloom, the wolves begin to prowl. A biker's gang unlike any other. Theirs is a roar to stir the soul of Russia from decades of slumber. We've come to the lair of the night wolves, home to the rebels with claws and a cause. To hitch a ride with the outlaws who have hung out with the highest in the land.
Yes, I was against to ideas of communism, but I was like my big countries, and they always have something, and what we miss it now.
These warriors of the road share a mission with Vladimir Putin, and that's to make this nation great again.
What is it about these middle-aged men and their motorbikes? The night wolves, they're showmen. They're a 5,000-strong army of activists who rode the length of Ukraine to take aid to pro-Russian rebels. But they're most famous for the company they keep. When they rode together, was it more than the macho posturing for which President Putin is well known? And was this, their first encounter 5 years ago, more than a manly handshake and hug? The way Alexander Zaldostanov remembers the moment, it was a meeting of minds. He's the Night Wolves' imposing leader, a Rasputin lookalike with tattoos.
Знаешь, каждый раз, когда я видел президента, я видел искренность в его глазах. Вот, поэтому, собственно говоря, и какая-то вот эта связь осталась. Это, хотя это понятно, что мы живем совершенно в разных параллельных мирах. Это, знаешь, я для этих людей я инопланетянин. Действительно, я считаю, что наш президент великая личность. Это единственное, из-за кого мне не стыдно. И кто, мне кажется, любит Россию по-настоящему.
His club is a place of loud bikes and even louder music. But Alexander stands squarely for God and for Mother Russia. And the scary exterior conceals many surprises. He ditched medicine when a movie changed his life.
Mad Max City мы реализуем в виде байк-центра сейчас уже в теперешней России, считайте, в конце 20-го, начале 21 века.
Mad Max, the cult movie of motorcycles, machismo and mayhem, with Mel Gibson as an avenging force in a world without law or order. In scenes like this, Alexander found inspiration.
В целом фильм очень немножко даже в чем-то о России. Также точно, знаешь, разрушенная страна, эти вот осколки ее, которые, это самое, о которых так переживаешь, которые всеми силами хочешь опять вновь соединить. This is now typical for Mad Max. Вот this motorbike.
So Alexander plays a version of Mad Max for real.
Вот здесь результат иногда.
Into his inner sanctum, where he proudly displays his life's work, salvaging not fragments of society but scraps of metal, turning them into all manner of mechanical fantasy.
Just look at here, man. This is, I give you 100% that every exhibitions, this bike will be place number one.
It feels as if the rusting junk of the entire Soviet era has ended up here, to be refashioned and reinvented for the 21st century, and so somehow to recover a nation's former glory.
I see only one minus in the Soviet Union, what they didn't understand it, and this is they was against the Christian religion, the Christianish, and this is what was biggest minus. They start to try to build up the countries without God.
He's not the only Muscovite to see the transformation of the past 25 years, to marvel at the wealth of Russia's oil and gas boom, and to wonder at the cost. Not so much the corruption for which this country is renowned, but to mourn the loss of empire, of prestige, of Russia's superpower place on the world stage.
The Night Wolves first hit the road back in the 1980s. Back then they were a kind of leather-clad rebellion against the straitjacket of communism. Collectively they raised a greasy fist to the Kremlin. But times have changed. These days they're not so much outsiders as outriders for the president himself.
The Appreciation Society is mutual. Last year, Putin awarded Alexander a Medal of Honor for what he called services to patriotic education. While in the president, the wolves see a man who can restore old certainties, and some of Russia's old borders too. In spectacular rallies that command huge crowds, the wolves spread their revivalist message. Their mass outpourings of patriotic fervour, celebrating the symbols of Soviet power and starring Alexander in yet another guise as romantic poet.
Sebastopol, это байк-шоу я посвящаю тебе, моря и гор, для тех, у кого наворачиваются слезы и дрожит голос. Это байк-шоу я посвящаю тебе.
This was Sebastopol, the city of Alexander's birth, in a show staged before its reunion with Russia. He was back again in February, a propaganda coup for Moscow in its campaign to wrest control of the region from Kiev. There are plenty of their fellow countrymen who disagree, but if you see history through the same prism as the Night Wolves, Ukraine is by rights Russian too.
Вот это вот, я считаю, что то, что произошло с моей страной, это было величайшей несправедливостью. Вот тот единый народ, в первую очередь, который искусственно разделили. Искусственно. Я сам родился на Украине, делили. С детства провел в Севастополе, живу в Москве. Для меня это одна страна. И Украина, это, кто бы что ни говорил, это часть русского мира.
To reunite Russia and Ukraine. That's a lot to ask, even if your pal is the president. In the end, it might be that the world of Mad Max Moscow is just as fantastic, just as unreal, as the film that inspired it.